Is your life a mess? Pure chaos from the moment you get up until the moment you go to sleep? And no matter what you try, things never seem to get better. If so, you're not alone. I've been there too. It can feel overwhelming. Worse, it can paralyze you from taking any steps to change things. I'm Sia, and on this channel we talk about living your best life and how to enjoy every minute of it. Life is short. You don't want to waste it. So let's look at the 7 simple habits that will take your life from chaos to calm, from messiness to clarity. And the best part is, these small steps cause immediate, almost overnight change, because it's the smallest actions that create the most profound differences in your life. So let's not waste any time. Let's dive right in. So habit number 1, to get rid of messiness, morning intention setting. Have you ever noticed how the first hour of your day seems to set the tone for everything that follows? Most of us wake up and immediately reach for our phones, bombarding our minds with information before we've even had a moment to ourselves. I have to confess, I used to do this the moment I opened my eyes. But since I discovered morning intention, my mornings have changed, and it has improved my life 1000%. Now, when I wake up, I take just 5 minutes before doing anything else. I sit quietly with a warm cup of tea and just breathe in the day. And then I ask myself, what matters most today? Not what's urgent, not what others expect of me, but what would truly make this day meaningful. And that's my intention for the day. I focus on just that. I started doing this last year when my life it felt like it was spinning out of control. At first, it seemed too simple to make a difference. But what did I have to lose? So I started. And after a week or two, I noticed something interesting. My days had direction. I was making choices throughout the day that aligned with what I decided that morning. And the best thing, it wasn't complicated to do. It's just a gentle conversation with yourself before the world rushes in. No matter how busy you are, you have 5 minutes. And I promise you, those 5 minutes will transform scattered hours into a day with purpose and focus. So let's talk about single tasking. We've all been taught that multitasking is a virtue. The more, the better. It's a sign of efficiency. But what if everything we've learned about multitasking is wrong, and it's actually making our lives more chaotic? Science has shown that our brains aren't designed to focus on multiple things at the same time. What we call multitasking is really just rapid switching between thoughts. Each switch draining our mental energy and increasing the chances of mistakes and burnout. So try this instead. Choose one task and give it your complete attention. When you're cooking, just cook. When you're talking with someone, just be in that conversation. When you're working on a project, close the other tabs on your computer. It felt strange at first when I began, almost uncomfortable. I kept feeling the urge to check my phone or start something else simultaneously. But as I continued, I found a surprising sense of peace. Things got done faster, and I felt less scattered. At the end of each day, single tasking isn't about doing less. It's about bringing your full presence to whatever you're doing. And in that presence, the chaos begins to quiet. Habit number 3, ditch the device. Something we all know. Our devices were meant to be tools that serve us, but somehow many of us have become servants to our screens. The constant notifications, endless scrolling, and perpetual availability. This digital chaos spills over into every aspect of our lives. So try establishing simple boundaries with your technology. Perhaps no phone for the first 30 minutes of your day or the last hour before bedtime. Perhaps designate times to check email rather than leaving it open constantly. Maybe it's as simple as turning off notifications for all but the most essential contacts. I was surprised by how much resistance I felt when I first tried this. It revealed how dependent I'd become on the constant stream of information and validation. But after the initial discomfort passed, I discovered something valuable. Space, mental space, emotional space, the kind of space where clarity and calm exists. Your specific boundaries might look different from mine. What matters is creating intentional distance between yourself and the digital world, even if it's just for short periods each day. Habit number 4, creating moments of calm is super important. In the midst of our busy days, we rarely give ourselves permission to pause, to stop and breathe. We move from one activity to the next, one problem to another, until we collapse into bed at night, exhausted, but somehow still mentally wired. So take brief pauses throughout your day, just 30 seconds to a minute, longer if you can, to breathe deeply and reset your nervous system. You might do this between meetings, before starting a new task, or whenever you feel tension. Close your eyes if possible. Take 3 slow breaths, feeling your shoulders relax with each exhale. That's it. No special technique is required. I often set reminders on my watch or place visual cues in my workspace to remind me to do this. These moments of calm aren't about escaping my responsibilities. They're about showing up to them with greater presence and clarity. What surprised me most about this habit was how these tiny pauses prevented the buildup of stress throughout the day. Instead of reaching evening completely depleted, I found myself with more energy for the moment, for energy for the people and the activities I value most. I even could go out for a drink after work. Habit number 5, declutter one space daily. Messy house, messy mind. We've all heard this, and there's a reason for that. The truth is, our physical environment profoundly affects our mental state. When we're surrounded by clutter, our minds often feel cluttered too. The thought of organizing an entire home or office can be paralyzing. Instead, commit to decluttering just one small space each day. A single drawer, a corner of your desk, the top of your nightstand. This isn't about creating picture-perfect spaces. It's about gradually reducing the visual noise in your environment, so your mind has fewer distractions to process. I keep a small basket for items that belong elsewhere, and I don't spend any more than 10 to 15 minutes a day on this. Some days it's as simple as clearing off the kitchen counter before bed. What I've found is that these small actions create momentum. As spaces in your home begin to breathe, your mind follows suit. The external order creates a foundation for internal calm. Habit 6, evening reflection. How we end our days also matters just as much as how we begin them. Many of us carry the unresolved tensions of the day into our sleep, and this affects both our rest and how we feel when we get up the next day. So before bed, take just a few minutes to reflect on your day. What went well? What could have gone better? What are you grateful for? And you might jot these reflections in a journal or simply think about them. This practice creates closure for the day. It allows you to process experiences rather than carrying them forward unexamined into the future. And it helps you recognize patterns in your day and maybe make adjustments accordingly. For me, this evening reflection became a gentle way to release all the tensions of the day. I found myself sleeping more deeply and waking up with greater clarity. It's not about a lengthy analysis, just a quiet moment to acknowledge what you did during the day. And this helps you prepare for the day to come. And the 7th and most important habit is saying no. Perhaps no habit has transformed my life more profoundly than learning to say no. Many of us live in chaos. because we've said yes to too many things, commitments, obligations, requests that drain our energy and scatter our focus. Saying no isn't about being selfish. It's about recognizing that your time and energy are limited, and they deserve to be protected. When you say no to what truly doesn't matter to you, you create space to say yes to what does. Start by pausing before responding to requests. Ask yourself, does this align with what matters to me right now? And if not, decline politely but firmly. I understand. I'm a people pleaser, so I used to fear disappointing others or even fear of missing out on opportunities. But I've learned that a thoughtful no is far better than a resentful yes. And the people who truly value you will respect your boundaries. As you practice this habit, you'll find yourself with more energy for the commitments you do make, because you're living more intentionally. And you're living based on what your needs are, rather than on other people's needs. So these 7 habits are simple. Their power lies not in some complex formula, but in doing them consistently. You don't need to implement them all at once. Start with one and then go from there. Choose the one that resonates with you the most. And I assure you that you will see change immediately. I did. And remember, transforming chaos into calm isn't about dramatic gestures or complete life overhauls. It's about small, intentional practices. Actions that gradually change how you move through your life, through your days. So which habit will you try first? Let me know in the comments below. And if you'd like to learn the secret power of purpose, click on the video in the top right-hand corner. Also, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. So that will help it really helps the channel to grow. So until next time, take care.